What is gold's final price hurdle before we start seeing new all-time highs very soon? Use the time codes below to go straight to that part. Otherwise, if you're watching live, you get all the other stuff here at Good Morning Stackers, your week daily live show, all to do with gold, silver, bullion, stacking, economic stuff, news. We take a look at the gold, silver prices, platinum as well. Have you seen platinum today? We'll take a look at that as well. We do some news, we do some this, sometimes some show and tell. But what we first do is the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab your tasty beverage and we slurp together. The rule is, doesn't matter where you are in the world, you slurp it audibly. It is an honor system. So I want you to jump on the show. I'll give some shout outs. Then we go through gold, silver, platinum, do some other stuff. So we do it in the first 1 minute of the show, the synchronized slurp. Here we go. Grab your tasty beverage in 3, 2, 1. We'll do some shout outs. Have you noticed something? I certainly have. I have a microphone, a new microphone. I was using the audio, the computer's audio, but then I've had a studio mic for a very long time, but I decided to hook it up. It wasn't working, but now I think it's working okay. So I think audio sounds a lot better. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. Whoop. Right there, that is a Blue Yeti microphone, and it's coming out really quite clear when I did the tests as well. So good to see. Jump on. I'll give you some shout outs and all that sort of stuff. Again, we're talking about the gold price in particular, the next little hurdle that it needs to get over. It's a little bit of resistance at the moment. We'll talk about that in just a second, but get your stuff in. We'll do some quick shout outs and then we'll go straight to it. It is the Good Morning Stackers show. My name is Joe Main. I've worked in the bullion industry in Australia for 11 years. I've been a stacker for 15 years, roughly, I think 14, 15. And I've worked at multiple bullion dealers and I've done it all and seen it all and served almost all of you. So pop on. We'll do a quick few shout outs right here. Black Coal says GMS to Black Coal. Pop in and of course give me your call sign, the not the call sign, the GMS. Let me know. And of course, a couple of quick shout outs and I'll do the shout outs, but of course we have to make a couple of mentions right here and I'll share the screen. The show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange at perthbullion.com.au, Australia's first dealer to offer free express shipping on all discount volumes. Free shipping, first company in Australia to offer free shipping. It's crazy. Play around with the shopping cart, add the quantities, and then you realize, oh, I get free shipping after I buy a certain amount. So that's that. Now, their special this week, not this week for today, isn't up yet as far as I'm aware. If I just refresh the thing right here, they're doing 30 days of specials because they've just launched on May the 1st. Ricky there at Perth Bullion Exchange. If you go up into this area here, you can see what the current special was from yesterday. It might still be available. So if you go into the search function, hit special, looks like it's still up at the moment. So because it's in Perth, so it's 2 hours before, so it's 8 a.m. their time right now. So you might be able to sneak in the 1 ounce Australia, the 1 ounce Perth Mint Chinese Myths and Legends Dragon and Koi silver coin, which looks like it's still on special. So that's good. So you can pick that up for a special $2 off per coin as well. So I think that's probably going to end within the next hour or so. So you've still got an hour or so to grab a special on that one. You get the quantity discounts as well. And if you buy over 20, so if you get the first, discount for buying in volume, free shipping. So that's that. And if you type in special in the next hour or so, there will be another special that pops up. I don't know what that is just yet. That's that. And of course, if you want to work with me right here, Joe Main, head over to It's Joe Main, Instagram.com/It's Joe Main. Why? Because I help businesses launch and grow on YouTube. It's what I do. It's what I've been doing for a very long time now in the social media space in the bullion industry. You've seen all my work on Bullion Now channel and Ainslie and all those others. I help other businesses, any kind of business, do the same. If you have a business or if you know someone who has a business and you want them to have that same kind of success that you've seen me do for other businesses, then send them my way, free content, and then send me a message, then we could potentially work together. That's it, peeps. Any more shout outs and we'll go straight to our gold and silver, etc. analysis. The last thing I wanted to say was if you want to send me an email, you can send me an email to gmstackers@gmail.com. That's gmstackers@gmail.com. gmail.com. If you have any questions, any things that you want me to read out, any shout outs, particularly if you want to send me send me pictures, people, of, a coin that you just found, or, something you just bought and you want to show it off without, giving away private information. I just bought this, that kind of stuff. Happy to do that over this channel. So get it going. Send me a message at gmstackers@gmail.com. I'm wondering now, this could be, again, use the time codes below to go straight to what you want to watch. I'm wondering if I'm having a little issue with the live show. It just might be you and me, Black Coal, today. I usually have a lot more people in the chat today, so I'm wondering what's going on. It's at the same time, so maybe something's going on. I'm going to check if I am live. I should be live. There shouldn't be any reason why I'm not. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, there's 4 people watching now, it says, but Black Coal's being the only one. So if you are watching, post a comment below and let me know that you're here. Give the old GMS exclamation point. Brian said 20 minutes ago if he's watching. No, Brian Smythe might be watching, but just commented, Joe is back. Yeah, wondered where you went to, bro. Long time no see. Thank you, Brian Smythe. That was on a comment on one of my previous live streams. So yeah, the live stream is working. Post a comment below. That seems to be working completely fine. I got me and Black Coal at the moment. At least, there we go. Greg, that's better. There we go. Now everyone's on. See? Mark as well. So we've got Greg, GMS, says Greg Clark. Mark, GMS, exclamation point. Mark, is this the Mark I think it is? If this is the Mark I think it is, give me, if it's the Mark I think it is, tell me, type something that only I would know that you would know, without giving away information, some kind of clue. If it's the Mark I think it is, unless it's Mark Florida from the other day. But if it's the Mark I'm thinking of, give me a little heads up. Right here. If it's not that Mark, welcome to a new Mark. Is it Mark Florida, though, from the other day as well? The Floridian from the United States. Okay, so we've done a few shout-outs here. We've done the Synchronised Slurp. Ray's here. What is everyone? Now everyone's just popping in. So it's good. Great to see. What was your problem, people? Why were you so late? You've missed the Synchronised Slurp. Do I need to do it again? Anyway, so today's topic is talking about the final hurdle for gold, the final hurdle in the gold price, what I think it is, before we start seeing new all-time highs. It has to get over this little level. And I don't really have any other news or anything else. We'll look at the silver price. We're going to take a look at platinum, because platinum in the last 24 hours has just gone boop like that. I'm a little bit excited about platinum, but it's not over my hurdle just yet. We'll talk about that, and I don't know if I have any show and tell either, but we'll just get straight into it. That's what we do here at GMS. So we're going to talk about gold's final hurdle. We'll talk about the gold price, and we'll share the screen, and that's back. That's the Instagram channel. I just told you all about that before. And here is gold. So we're going to go straight to gold. Priced in US dollars, 2,356 US dollars. We always use the US dollar price because every other foreign currency floats against the USD. So, of course, you've got to take that into account when you are doing your own analyses in your own foreign currency. For example, we're here in Australia. The Australian dollar versus the US dollar looks like it's strengthening a little bit. The Aussie dollar, is weakening. So the US dollar is strengthening against the Aussie, strengthening, it's the other way around. Anyway, that's going up. Yes, it's the Aussie dollar is weakening against the US dollar when that goes up, obviously. So right here, you've got to take all that into account, so wherever you are in the world. So here we are, gold. And we did come down to this level here, which we had been talking about, that 2,330. I just moved that accidentally. 2,330 US dollars. It was a very clear support level. Why? You can see it again. It was a level of resistance here, level of support here, a major level of resistance here. And then once you break through a level of resistance, you tend to come back and support it. Not every single time to find it a support, but more often than not. So it was a pretty obvious level to say, hey, if we're going to break down through here, if this doesn't hold, then we come back to here. Really easy stuff. If you're a newbie stacker, welcome. If you're a new subscriber, new to stacking, welcome. This stuff is really easy when you've watched it. It's nothing amazing and future telling and prediction and all that stuff. It's really simple. But what you can see right here, this downtrend line, again, failed to hold. It did make a peak above. It was a failed move. Oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. Right there, we saw that support. It's great to see that we've held this support so far, and we're coming back to test this downtrend line. You can see very clearly a very clear test of it. It's not exact. I haven't drawn in this line exact, but it's right smack bang on it. What I would love to see is, once again, like I was talking back here, I wanted this to hold at 2,350 US dollars. I would love to see a tiny little bounce here at around about 2350, maybe down to this level right there, which is at about that 2352, 2350 level, and then a play and breakthrough. That's what I'd love to see. That's what you'd love to see as well. If we don't see that, then I would suggest that we're coming back to test this 2,330 area, and very likely it would be taken out the second time. The more times you knock on the door, in this case a trapdoor, the more likely it is to be taken out. So just watch for that. If we come back down here, potential that we head back down to this level here, and I reckon it would hit somewhere on this downtrend line. Just depends on where that is. Could be anywhere down to around about 2,000. Oh, that 2,305 area that we've spoken about previously. What do you know? That was a major support level as well. But let's talk about the final hurdle for me. And I'm going to use a bit of Fibonacci to signal for me what would be the gold's final price, which it needs to break over and then hold as support in order for me to say, okay, new all-time highs are coming now, like in the next, weeks and months, weeks and a couple of months, rather than 6 months from now, for example. But we're just not over that hurdle yet. And I'll show you some Fibonacci. I find Fibonacci to be very predictive in the long term in the gold and silver markets. In the slower moving markets, I find them to be quite predictive, particularly for silver and particularly for gold. I'll do separate videos on that one day. So I'll take it from this recent high, 2,430, and this recent low of, what is that, 2,275. Can you find any areas of confluence, as they call it? Well, I think you can. Geez, look at that. I love how Fibonacci works. Now I'll get rid of this, for example. I'll get rid of this for a moment. Let me get rid of that so it's just a little bit more clear and I can pop them in later. Actually, I'll go like this. Bear with my, what's that one? Hide it. Oh, I hid the right one. I hid the right one and I hid the right one. Love it. Right here. Again, post your comments below. I'll give you some shout outs, and then we'll talk about silver and platinum. Whew, through the roof in the last few hours. So here, gold. High here, low here. Look at these areas of confluence right here. You can see it sort of came up to, this is the 50% level, and that's at 2,350 mark. So it's definitely, and look, after the fact, look, area of support right here, and area of resistance right here as well. We clustered, interestingly, over here. This is this 0.618 Fibonacci. Again, from this high and this low, after the fact, we clustered around that area right here. And if you take a look, and that's at the 2,370 mark. So look at that. Oh, God, I love Fibonacci so much. And these lines aren't drawn in perfectly. I'm just showing the power of this for the moment, and then I'll show you that final hurdle that I have. This isn't the final hurdle for me. But look at that. And this isn't drawn in perfectly. So you can see how this is really aligned. It's closed a couple of days and peaked here on a wick. 3 days in a row, it closed. So 2 days it closed here at that Fibonacci level of 2,370 something. And then it was a level of resistance on a spike as well. And then it failed to hold above that Fibonacci level. It's just amazing. And then oftentimes from a failed move, it's a fast move in the opposite direction. And look at that. I'm just noticing all this for the first time. God, I love this stuff. And then it came down to this area here. It had a spike below, but it closed at the lower Fibonacci level. I just love this at 2,335. Fibonacci, my friends. So this is why I am going to use the following as my final hurdle to say we have to break over here and hold over here in order for me to say, oh man, new all-time highs coming in, weeks ahead, not months ahead, but weeks ahead. And you can probably see it right here. For me, it's the 0.786 right here at 2,398 US dollars. Call it 2,400 bucks. Okay, so that's it. 2,400 bucks is my final hurdle. It needs to break above, but then hold on at least, I'd say, on a weekly time frame and close above on a weekly time frame in order for me to say, oh man, it's coming now. So we don't have to wait months and months and months for new all-time highs to happen. Close above that on the weekly or the monthly time frame, and it's go time for gold, in my opinion. Now, why this level here? A significant area of resistance both here and here. I've found over the years, and I can't show you all the different charts and all that. I've found over the years that the 0.786 level from a significant high and a significant low tends to be the dead cat bounce area. Somewhere usually between the 0.618 and the 0.786 is the relief rally or dead cat bounce area that it needs to break in order to confirm a continuing bull market. So that is that. So I'll show you on the daily time frame, for example. You'll see a lot of charts do one of the following, and they might have a peak, they have a trough, and then they come back and test the 0.618 or the 0.786. And then those can be the points where it goes, it's the relief rally or the dead cat bounce where people go, oh no, it's still going, no, it's back up again and down off a cliff. Or it comes up to the 0.786 here, which can be a fake out for a lot of people. So it comes up to here and here. Oh no, we're on our way up. It is back, people. This thing, we're going to see new all-time highs really, really soon. It peaks at around about the 0.786 here, the relief rally here, dead cat bounce, and then back down. So that's why I'm saying it's the final hurdle for me. You could say it's the 618 right here, but I'm going to say the 786 just to be comfortable, to be really sure. So to be really sure and 100% confident, new all-time highs coming in just weeks after that, close the weekly above there, and we are absolutely good to go. So that's my final hurdle, and I'll pop it in here. Post your comments below, let me know what you think, but that is mine. We'll call it right there. Final hurdle for new all-time highs. That'll do. Right there, 2,400 US dollars. That is my gold analyses. If we sail down, I talked about that. If we don't break through here, which we need to, then yeah, I said we will test that there and we'll test there. I already did that. So that is gold. I'm going to go back to, and that is the kind of the topic for today, gold's final hurdle. Excuse me. Let's go back to do some comments. Any more people have jumped on the chat? Yes, they have. Fantastic. Living Adam Man is here. Fantastic. Living Adam Man, GMS. Great to see you. Greg Clark says, listening with one ear pod whilst in a never-ending work meeting. You're in a work meeting. Haha, that's wicked. That's cool. I love to get that. I love to know where people are and what they're doing when they're watching the show. Are you on the train? Are you on this, that? I love the fact that you're sneakily doing it. That's great. Well, Greg, you can't do it. So this one's for Greg. Greg, oh no, you could. You might have a cup in front of you. So right now we're going to do a sneaky synchronized slurp. An S. I won't say that. No, I won't say the triple S. That's not good. Oh no, it's double S. The S. No, triple S. A triple S. We're doing a triple S, a sneaky synchronized slurp for Greg Clark. Can he do it? Let me know if he can actually do a triple S. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. A triple S, a sneaky synchronized slurp for Greg Clark, who is listening to this while in a meeting. You cheeky dog. So that's Greg. Great to see you. Living Animan says, still eating my porridge here. Oh, just great. Just registered with Perth Bullion Exchange and hoping to place an order this week. Fantastic. Now, just so everyone else knows, Perth Bullion Exchange, I did the shout out just before. They are my preferred bullion dealer. They are my brand partner with Good Morning Stackers. Offer free shipping, buying over certain quantities. Just go over to perthbullion.com.au. But what you mean by register, and I'll make this little point of difference here. What you mean by register is you've just logged in. You've created a login and a password. Register can be a little bit different in Australia depending where you are. So for the Perth Mint, for example, you actually have to register. Like you've got to send them a form, and it used to be when I registered with the Perth Mint, it was a paper form. I'm pretty sure you can still do it online now. Let's assume that's the case. That shows you how old I am. But yeah, you have to register and send in your ID and send in all these things and a whole bunch of stuff to register to just purchase from their regular retail store from the Perth Mint. But every other bullion dealer in Australia, register just means, sign up for an online account, log in, choose a password, and that's it. So that's what you mean by register there, unlike the Perth Mint where you've got to go through all those other hoops. So glad to see that you've created an account on the perthbullion.com.au website, and you'll be purchasing in no time, probably getting free shipping too, I'd imagine, if you buy over certain amounts. You can take advantage of their free storage program as well. Living Adam Man says, maybe it will cup and handle. And then hockey stick. You and the hockey stick, man. You love that hockey stick reference, don't you, Living LLAM? Loves the hockey stick reference. But maybe it will cup and handle. Oh, maybe it will cup and handle. Which are you talking about? Let's have a quick look. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're thinking maybe that could cup. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So what you're saying there, Living Adam Man, is cup to that Fibonacci level, that final hurdle, a handle maybe back down to the previous Fibonacci of the 618. That's a really great possibility. Yeah, that could be a really good cup and handle formation. So up to there, back down to there, that's the handle, and then onwards and upwards. Yeah, that's a definite possibility. Anything's possible. It could just shoot to the moon from here. But yes, that's a distinct possibility. LAM, Living Adam Man. And a couple more comments, and then we'll look at silver, and then we'll look at platinum. Seen what that's done in the last 24 hours? And then that's probably going to be it for the show. It's going to be a really quick one today. And, Greg can get back to his meeting. Greg says, just did a minor sneaky synchronized slurp. Good stuff, mate. That is fantastic. I love it. Living Adam says, yep, just made an account. Yep, I'm going to report back my experience with the order. Please do. They would love you to give them feedback. Give me feedback through here. But also pop in, if you're a member of the Gold Silver Stackers Australia forum and you have a great experience, post a separate, your own comment, your own post on Good Morning Stackers, Gold Silver Stackers Australia Facebook post saying, give them a big shout out and all that too. And once Perth Bullion Exchange has a Google review, a Google business page, you can post your 5 stars and all that sort of stuff as well. All right, so let's go to silver. Let's take a look at the price of silver right here. A little bit different to gold. What we were talking about yesterday is I was talking about this area here of $28.40 US. And I was still thinking that, and I'll pop this maybe on the 4-hour time frame. No, I'll go back to the daily. Sorry, guys. I'll get rid of these circles and this inverse head and shoulders. We already know that played out. That was a correct prediction, a correct call. It was pretty obvious at the time, but last week we talked about it hadn't played out yet, but it was looking like it was playing out. It did play out. Came up to this area. Came up to here. Then came up to here. That resistance level we talked about, 28.80. It did break down below, and I was suggesting that I had thought a good potential might be that we come back to test this area first before we head back up. And looks like I'm wrong on that, because what I did post, and I'll have to be consistent, I did say yesterday, and we were around about $28.30 at the time, I said if we break above this level of $28.40 and we close the day above it, I was then going to say, no, probably wrong about this, coming back to this level first. So I'm going to say I was wrong yesterday, a wrong prediction. We haven't come back to this level of $27.80. It's now looking much more likely that we have maybe a little red day, and then onwards and upwards we go. What would negate that? I'll keep this support level here at that $28.40. So what I'd like to see is, now that's that was not resistance, so now it becomes support for me. So $28.40, I'd like to see, no lower than $28.40, closing below. Oh, do I change that? No, I'm going to change it. Sorry, gang, because I'm just seeing this. I'm going to pop it down here at that previous little spike on the daily. So, oh no, it's cents. It's fractions of a cent. So it's $28.40. Yeah, it's still $28.40, but it's just a little bit. It's $28.38. Are we going to split hairs over cents? No. So $28.40 roughly, but down to here is where I would want to see it hold above, at least on the daily time frame, close above that, and then you can say, oh yeah, this is looking really good to break the 28.80 level. That's where we are with silver, and breaking 28.80. That is my level where I go, okay, we break and close above 28.80 on the daily time frame, then we're about to make new interim highs. So we're going to sail through 29. I don't think 29 will be any kind of major resistance once we break 28.80. I think 29's, no, not for me. It's not, personally. Maybe do a quick bit of, like I did with gold. Great idea, Joe. Thanks for reminding me, people. I'll do a quick bit of Fibonacci analysis, actually. Let's see where the potential hurdle is. And it could be 29. Wouldn't that be funny? This high and this low. Oh, you son of a gun. It is too. Look at that. Okay. It's at $29. A lot of people have been talking about 29. So, okay, that's the 0.786. Dang. Okay, so if I have to be consistent, which I do, then just like gold, there's 0.786 level. All right, I'm going to move it. It's not 28.80 for me anymore, people. It's up here, right there, at that $28.98. So we're going to call it 29. Dang it. All right, I was more confident with 28.80, but I will go with the Fibonacci because Fibonacci has been so predictive over the years in both shorter term and long term as well. So yeah, okay, there it is right there. $29 is the area. So we're looking really positive though. So if we stay above this $28.40 area and we find some support there, maybe bounce for a day or two, that's great news for silver. It tells me we're more likely going to test the little interim hurdle. It's not a final hurdle, but a little interim hurdle of $29 US. And then breaking and holding that tells me we are sailing through this $29 area, and it's just blue skies until the final hurdle, which is for me at that it's at $31.20, $31.50, 32. So between 31 and 32 US dollars is my final hurdle for me to say, no, that's it. Final hurdle, we are then heading up to the previous all-time high, and it's blue skies from there. So if we break 31.32 and hold it as support, at least on the weekly, preferably the monthly, then I'm saying, oh man, bull market, 100%. No decision to be made. I know we're 99% there, but I just need that extra 1%, and that's at that $31, $32 mark. So that's the silver analysis. We'll go to platinum, but yeah, I'm adjusting my $28.80 to $29 to be in line with the 0.786 Fibonacci level as I did with gold. Don't you love that I do it on the fly? I'll go to some more quick comments, any comments, and then we'll go to platinum. Let me shift over here. So it is a different mark. Haha, we've got a lot of people here now. Fantastic. A few more shout outs. Jamie Frost from Japan says, morning guys, going to Osaka coin fair to get some samurai bar coins. Man. As I said, if you don't know Jamie Frost, he lives in Japan. I lived in Japan too. We have a bit of a kinship over that. And I lived in Osaka. I lived in Osaka for a year performing. I was a blues brother in a blues brother show. Don't know, it's a whole thing for a year. At Universal Studios Japan, which is a theme park. And I did that back in 2006. There are videos of me on the internet doing that show. If you find it, let me know what you think. So going to the Osaka coin fair, man, I'd love to go back to Japan, and I'll take my family eventually. I'll take the kids and the missus and all that. And I'll go and I'll stay in Osaka. I'll stay with friends. I'll meet some old friends that I've made and all that. And I'd love to go to the Osaka coin fair. That'd be amazing. I'd love for you to send us some pictures if you can. So Jamie, Once you go there, send me an email at gmstackers@gmail.com. I know it's a month away, etc., but send me an email to there with some photos of your time at the coin fair, and I'll put them up and I'll give it a shout out, and we'll see what it was like, your experience. So send me some photos there after the fact. We'll talk more about it, I'm sure. So let's please send in a pic. Please send in a pic. There you go. Mark Florida is in the house. DJ Airhorn. Mark Florida is in the house. The Floridian, as you shall be known. Or Florida Man. Anyone who knows that reference too, Florida Man. Or I like Florida Man better because, you could be one of thousands of Florida men who, a Florida man drowned in a thing. A Florida man robbed a store. A Florida man got himself stuck to there's always some news thing about a Florida man did X. So you're our Florida man, Mark Florida. You were late too. Mark says, I guess that makes me Mark 3. Mark 3. Mark, are you still? Give me a sign. Are you the Mark I'm thinking you are? I think you might not be because you would have given me a code, some kind of code word. Ouch. Oh, no. He's upset. I called him Florida Man. It's okay. Sometimes it's like a Florida man discovered $100,000 in a unmarked blah, blah, blah. So sometimes it's good Florida man, but mostly it's not. Okay, so that is the shout-outs. Florida Man is in the house. And let's take a look at Platinum. Oh, Platinum. It's just, no, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited in all the kinds of ways. Okay, this is Platinum. If you just hit the time code, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Oh my goodness, look what Platinum's done in the last 24 hours, and it's just opened as well. Okay, hang on, I'm not sharing the screen. Dang. Oh, there we go. Let me start that again. Time code, Platinum. I'll repeat all of that. Look at what Platinum's just done in the last 24 hours, and it's opened the day. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so yesterday and the last number of days, I've been talking about Platinum and how I was not going to get excited. We're only a few days. Look at this. A few days, and we were coming up to here. I was like, okay, we're around about here. This is just a couple of days ago, this week. I was saying we were here and we were skirting around this downtrend line. And for the newbies, welcome. I have 170 subscribers now. There's a couple more from yesterday. Just quickly for all the new subscribers, Platinum right here. I should have entitled this video something to do with Platinum, I think. The long-term downtrend line from 2008. It has finally made another move. But I'm saying here, and I have been saying, I haven't been excited for Platinum. Even if it comes up to here, it flirts with us and then it heads back down. It's been doing this forever and a day. Even when it comes up to this trend line, it flirts with us and then heads back down. So I've been saying, just in the last few days, and you might remember, I'm not getting excited for Platinum until it breaks this downtrend line right here and then holds above it at 2. So I'm going to say I'm cautiously excited in my pants for Platinum right now. That is really great to see. It just needs to hold though. So we've broken through this level, $1,040. Now we're at $1,050, but it needs to hold. So this could be a fake out. This is on the daily time frame. So a couple of things we need to look at. Number one, the day has just started, so it hasn't ended, so it could close below here. If it closes below here at that trend line, I'm going to say, okay, good to see, but nothing special. So I'm getting a little bit excited, but the day hasn't closed. Also take into account down here on the relative strength index, we are now already in extremely overbought territory for Platinum on the daily time frame, which means eventually it will have some consolidation. It will come back down. Is it going to come back down here and close below? And is it just going to be another big fake out and just flirting with me? Yeah, possible. So that's on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the 4-hourly. Interestingly, this is interesting on the 4-hour. We did go into extremely overbought, and then we came back to test this level here, and now we're heading back up again. Okay, so there is room to move a little bit. And if I take a look on the weekly time frame, now this is interesting on the weekly time frame, relative strength index, you can see we have finally broken through this area that I had drawn in of that 60 mark on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame again, and we are trending upwards. Ooh, I am cautiously excited. Let's take a look at the monthly time frame. Okay, here's where the crux, here's where the, is. We are yet above it on the monthly time frame right there. So you can see this level of resistance on the monthly, and then after these resistance, back down, flirts with us, back down, okay? So we're not there yet, okay? This is why I'm just going to remain cautious, and it's still flirting with me at the moment. So until we're above this level here on the monthly time frame on the relative strength index around about that 57 mark, I'll just keep it in. We can look at it later on. I'm not going to get excited yet. So because you could easily see a spike up to, and you could very easily see a spike up to this level right here. I'll just show it now, and then I'll just get rid of it. But right there, up to $1,072, $1,070, you can have a spike up here, and then that's the spike for the month of May, and then sell in May and go away, and then we head back down. So I'm not getting completely excited just yet. So the pants region has gone back down again. But I'll actually, you know what, I'll keep that up for now, that 1,070. Let's see what happens in the next few days. Do we spike at that 1,070 area? That would be interesting if we did. But my final hurdle, we would need to hold at least the month of May above this downtrend line, and the final hurdle, as I've been saying, is 1,115. That's when I say total bull market for platinum. We're heading onwards and upwards from there. Hasn't happened yet, but it's great to see that we are flirting with it. I like a bit of flirtation. That's fine. Just it's got to have a happy ending at some point. Do you like all those references? Flirting and happy endings and all that. So great to see. So if you're in platinum, great to see, but we've still got some hurdles to get over. That is, I'm just going to leave it at that as platinum support level here of 990. Right there, breaking below 990, then we're heading back down in this symmetrical triangle pattern area, and it's just par for course, and whatever. So that is platinum, and I don't have anything else to go over, no extra news or anything, so we're just going to do some final shout outs. I'm going to end the show pretty early this time. I think, get any questions. We'll do some quick Q&A right now. Do you have any burning questions for me? In relation to bullion, I've worked in the bullion retail industry, literally at the most major bullion deal, all the biggest bullion dealers in Australia I've worked at, except there's a couple I haven't, but I wouldn't want to work for them anyway. One of the biggest ones who you all know of, I didn't work out and I wouldn't work out. I won't mention its name. But I won't mention its name. But I would never work there, ever. You couldn't pay me enough. And that's, well, there's two of them, isn't there? With that thing, I would say the one based in Melbourne in particular wouldn't do. So get your questions in. I'll do a bit of quick question and answer about anything to do with bullion related economic stuff, my thoughts on things, my feelings on things, bars versus coins. You can do that sort of Q&A sort of stuff. Let's just do that. We'll roll through. I'll do some comments and some shout outs, and we'll do that. You're talking amongst yourselves. I love it. Fantastic. Any tips on US constitutional? Constitutional. I have some constitutional silver. Love it. Mercury dimes and whatnot. Brian Smythe. So you made the live stream. Congratulations. Welcome, Brian Smythe. Yes, you were the one who just posted the comment before on one of my other videos, on one of my other live streams. Where had I been? I'm here. So if you didn't know, I worked for a few bullion dealers, and the most recent one I worked at Ainslie. That was from about 1 year and 3/4 roughly, and I left Ainslie in March of this year. So I was doing them. They were the most recent one, doing all the social media stuff, and of course, Bullion Now, Goldstackers, and all that. That's where I am now, but I'm not working for any particular bullion dealer. I'm brand partnered with Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, but I don't work for them. I love what they're doing, and they're happy for them to be my brand partner on the Good Morning Stackers show right here, which is going great guns, by the way. We're coming towards the end of the 4th week of the show, and we're already at 170 subscribers. What? Just great. So great to see you, Brian. Living Adam Man. Okay, you are correct. But so they're talking amongst themselves, but I'll mention this. You are correct. This is about constitutional silver. You are correct, but pre-1965 dimes, quarters, and half dollars have 90% silver. Yes, they do. Kennedy half post 194 have 40% for a few years longer. Yes, that's right. So it's pre-65 is your Mercury dimes, your Kennedy dollars, and all that stuff. I have some Mercury dimes. Love them. Mark Florida asks, have you seen any move towards gold use in commerce in Australia? Have you seen any move towards gold use in commerce in Australia? You mean just, can you expand on that a little bit further? Your definition of commerce, what do you mean? Brian says, silence is golden. Mark says, or AG use in commerce. You mean in industrial use in Australia? Solar panels, if we're making solar panels, it would be kind of the usual stuff, you know, gold for your electronics, silver for your electronics and all that. If that's what you mean by in commerce, I kind of assume that's what you mean. Do you mean industrial demand, that kind of stuff, and that kind of stuff? What do you mean by commerce? Right there. And all right, so I'm almost leave that unless there's any other comments or queries. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks, my friend. 90% sounds choice, man. Australia had, yes, so just for Florida man, for Mark Florida man, Australia had our own version of constitutional silver, and that was the sterling silver that we had in pre-1945 it was 1942, 1945, pretty sure. We had the sterling, the pence and the sterling and the crowns and all that, and they had that was sterling silver for a while, and then they got devalued, less silver in it. Yes, and then went then went to 50%. Yes, till 45. You even put it in the comment. Yes, so sterling silver until 1945, then went to 50% silver up until 1964. Then in 1964, we moved from shillings and pence and crowns from pre-decimal to decimal dollars and cents. And then from there was no silver except for the 1966 50-cent piece, which I will do a show and tell on another day. If you've never seen that, Mark Florida, we'll do that right there. See you, Jamie. See you, buddy. Buying real estate for gold, regular retail for silver. Oh, I think what you're asking is, is it becoming a thing where people use gold to buy things in Australia without converting it to the fiat currency in the beginning? So using literal gold bars to buy real estate, or using silver to pay for shopping or anything like that. Yes, I have known of deals of people, certainly landlords or landowners, etc., accepting gold and silver and stuff for real physical assets. Yes, absolutely. Yes, they have. Not in the retail industry, though. No, not in retail. You can't walk into any store really and go, can I pay for my brand new pair of shoes with some silver? No. Definitely in real estate, though, that has been a thing. And there's been other things, certainly where people have accepted gold and silver. I accepted silver as payment for my volunteer time back when I worked in Goldstackers. I volunteered for the first couple of weeks, and they paid me 2 silver ounces a day back then in 2013 for a couple of weeks, just to get to know me and to see what I was going to, be a worthy person. Pete Repeat says, GMS. Mate, you are late. Sorry, late Joe. I will have to rewatch. Have a great day. Why is everyone late today? This is really interesting. Everyone, I started it at the same time and everyone was late. 1966 and 65. People have said this before. A 1965 round silver coin, I don't think there is, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, Living Adam Man. In New Zealand I believe there was a 65, but not in Australia. I've never seen a 1965 yeared round 50-cent coin with the 80% silver in it. If you can send me a photo of one that says 1965, I will stand corrected, but all I know is the 1966. That is it, people. We are going to leave it at that. Again, send me an email at gmstackers if you want to send me photos of silver or gold or whatever, or your stack or something that you found interesting and all that sort of stuff. Send me an email there to gmstackers@gmail.com. We've talked about the topic, which was gold's final hurdle. We talked about that. We did silver. We looked at platinum flirting with us again. And I'm going to leave it at that, people. My name is Joe Main. Again, this is the Good Morning Stackers show. And I'll see you next day, tomorrow, Thursday, that will be in the morning, around about that 10 a.m. kind of time frame. See ya. You did, Mark. Florida man, you got it right. See ya. You got it right, mate. That is the sign-off. That's right. You can sign off with a see ya. That's correct, Mark. Fantastic. Get your tasty beverages ready. We'll do the synchronized slurp. Then we're getting the hell out of here and getting on with our day, including Greg Clark, who probably had to leave his meeting because I didn't see him on for the rest of the time. All right, in 3, 2. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Joe and friends. Thanks, Living Adam Man. And thank you to all for watching. Once again, you'll get it tomorrow. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.